Hi there, my name is Birch and I'm here with the Gym Academy, and I want to talk to you today about how we recharge the body. I get it, when you've only got 10% battery life on your phone, the first thing that you want to do is recharge it.
I find somewhere to plug it in and instantaneously power from the power plant, which comes from the grid. Suddenly my phone has been fully charged and I'm ready to go with 60% battery life. The body and the brain are totally the same, but the problem is we just don't plug ourselves into the wall. So where do we get our energy from? We're very lucky that we manufacture our energy. How does this happen? It's crazy to think that we just make it. So we know the most optimal power plant on the planet is the human body. It's crazy how efficient it is. So ask the question, where does this energy come from? It won't take you long to think about where we get our energy from. Food is probably the first thing you think of. Different amounts of energy comes from different types of food. We know about carbohydrates, which is a really fast burner of energy, proteins and fats that are more of a slow burner of energy. Even though nutrition is a very hot topic at the moment, it's not, however, where we are mostly getting our energy from. However, the quality of the food is very important. Quality outweighs quantity. So the less quality means more quantity of food. You can probably go a few weeks without food and still survive. Food for us is our number 4 on our pillars of our importance of how to produce energy. So number 3 is hydration. You can't go longer without water than you can with the food. And again, the quality of the water is very important. Clean filters, ionized waters means that you would probably have to get less, but need as much. Number 2 on our list is sleep. You need to find something that measures your quality of sleep. I use an Oura ring which tells me how much deep sleep I've got, REM sleep, etc. Again, the quality outweighs the quantity. The more deep sleep I have, the more amount of testosterone I naturally can produce, which means I can put on more muscle. In my experience, less sleep I have, the more anxious and depressed I get. Lower attention span, lower sex drive, my muscle mass decreases, and my body fat actually goes up. And I start putting on more fat around my belly. If you go 7 days without sleep, you can become psychotic, and by day 14, your body starts to shut down and you'll die. So it's an important factor for you to get good quality sleep. The only way that you can understand that you're getting good quality sleep is to measure it. So can you guess now what number 1 of importance of our hierarchy is in energizing the body? Are you ready for it? It's oxygen. We get 90% of our energy from oxygen. How long could you go without oxygen? 2 minutes? When you get to the 5 minutes, I reckon that you'll get completely out of breath and your body will totally shut down. In my experience, the more people that have anxiety and depression, they don't really think about breathing. And using certain breathing techniques is fundamentally your ability to control your oxygen consumption, which can change your heart rate variability and ultimately make you more relaxed and less anxious. Teaching mechanical breathing techniques, I believe, helps control your autonomic nervous system, which controls your heart rate, which in turn will make you more stressed or less stressed, more relaxed. You're either more sympathetic or more parasympathetic, making you more awake or asleep, giving you ability to store fat or get leaner. Okay, so let's talk about oxygen being number 1 way to increase the energy production, number 2 being sleep, number 3 being hydration, number 4 being your food. Now we can put power back into our body by managing it. So without this chat I mentioned about the autonomic nervous system, The autonomic nervous system, this is the body's ability to control the electrical current. This is a piece of software embedded into our nervous system. You could say it's like a dimmer on your household switch. You can turn it up or turn it down, increase the current, decrease the current, increase the light, decrease the light. And this would depend on obviously your environment. So we take this information in through our 5 senses. It gives us information controlled by 11 million pieces of information that we can absorb. 10 million comes from vision. It tells us that we need to do a lot more energy now, or do we need to conserve more energy depending on the environment that we're in. Just like the dimmer switch in your house, do you need to turn it up or do you need to turn it down? From this information provided from the 5 senses, we should be able to put a state of perfect balance. This happens perfectly within the animal kingdom. Imagine a zebra seeing a lion, where there's an increase in sympathetic drive, so the nervous system increases, increasing adrenaline, allows them to absorb more sugar into the cell, takes them off and survives from the lion. Then what happens is the zebra then recovers quickly and goes down to the waterhole and starts drinking, and this puts him more into a parasympathetic state. Our problem is, unfortunately, as humans, we don't have this same thing, this hot wiring into our nervous system. We can additionally switch from one to the other. We have what we call anticipated stress. There is no lion present, but we're in a state of stress. The what ifs. This increases sympathetic drive to keep us in a state of stress and alertness, even when there is no immediate danger. This is where I believe increasing in chronic illness like anxiety and depression comes from. This anticipated stress pushes us into more of a sympathetic state, and we have the inability to be able to now be in the present. We don't allow our 5 senses to do their job properly and give us that feedback to control us into a homeostatic state. We need to put together a training program that allows the brain to be in control and it not to be sympathetic or have too much parasympathetic state. It is the balance that is the skill that we need to apply. With the Gym Academy, we are applying these 4 simple pillars. What state are you in? What is your environment like? How much energy does your body need to recharge? If you only have 10% battery left, do you then go into the gym and do an absolutely hard HIIT session? Do you go on a calorie restricting diet? Do you go into a dehydrated cut phase of your training? What type of training do you do? Should you go into this HIIT class, or should you go into more of a breathing class, like a yoga or Pilates class, teaching yourself how to get out of this sympathetic stress? This is what we're applying to allow people to get a healthier, fitter, leaner, have more clarity, brain clarity. Understand where your body is. How stressed is your environment? Fundamentally, the more stressed you are, the fatter that you're going to become. The more parasympathetic you are, generally the leaner that you're going to be. I hope this information is useful. Please contact us on the Gym Academy at gmail.com for any more information or any information you want to pursue in relation to our training.